Elimination. Bang and bang and bang bang. Elimination. It is. We're live, pal. Wow, that might have been too loud. Do you think you were losing your mind? Okay, hold on. Okay. We're going to watch ECW December to Dismember. Elimination Chamber. In honor of Elimination Chamber. Coming this weekend. I probably only watched this match maybe 2 times in my life. This happened December 2006. How many years was that? What was that, almost 17? Roughly 16 years and a couple months. Wow, my math is all the way off. That can't be right. No, 15 years. Yeah. I promise you, I went to school. Okay, let's get straight to it. We're just going to play before I start sounding stupid. That ain't hard to do. I didn't know they lowered the elimination chamber. Okay. Well, of course, how else would you do it? What would you do? The whole crowd looks like they ready. The whole crowd looks like they're in church and like ready to go home. Like, wow, the crowd just looks so defeated. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I believe this is the first, outside of One Night Stand, the first ECW pay per view. We're live, pal. The first ever ECW pay per view outside of One Night Stand. If you don't know, this is around the time Paul Heyman was one of the writers. Of course, Stephanie McMahon and Vince McMahon were the final boss. Were the final boss, and Paul Heyman and Stephanie could not see eye to eye, nor could Paul Heyman and Vince McMahon see eye to eye. So ECW, Paul Heyman's baby, which he created in his mama's basement, and eventually gave all the rights to Vince McMahon. Ended up watching his ECW baby crumble and had to just sit back and watch. As you have Big Show, who I believe was the world champion. Big Show was the world. Like, let's just let you know, Big Show overweight. I love Big Show, but Big Show just overweight, just sloppy, sloppy. Overweight was your ECW champion, I believe, since July. Has not lost that goddamn title. It just, oh my goodness. You know, he had some great matches with like Sabu, Ric Flair. He had a hardcore match with Ric Flair, bruh, on ECW one night. Oh, it was an all timer. I ain't gonna lie. Oh, look at Paul Heyman still with some semblance of hair. What is my obsession with hair? Uh, Big Show is I cannot get over. Big Show is your ECW champion, not Sabu, RVD, Sandman, CM Punk, who was Paul Heyman. He was a Paul Heyman guy for real. That's a shoot, brother. CM Punk was a Paul Heyman guy. And Paul Heyman was a CM Punk guy who they grown to know each other. I believe in OVW, and CM Punk was under Paul Heyman's wing and learned the business a little bit more than he already did. And CM Punk was ready, but they decided, nah, we're going to put it on the Big Show. Who at this point, I don't believe Big Show held a world. Hold on, let me really do the math on that. Big Show before ECW, I don't believe held a world title since Is that? No, that can't be right. Is that right? He did not hold a world title since 1999. That can't be right. I'm forgetting something. Hold on. They say 2000, he went to OVW. 2001, OVW. 2002. Okay, he was world champion 2002. He beat Brock Lesnar in Survivor Series with the help of Paul Heyman, actually. But then '03, he was U.S. champion. '04, U.S. champion. '05, he was just, the big guy. Yeah, so outside of a 1 month run, CM Punk. Wow, look at CM Punk full of hope. Still has the most unathletic. What is Big Show doing? Just breathing on the glass. Like it looked like he just got prayed that he's ready to eat. Um, yeah, CM Punk all full of hope and joy. Like I'm about to take the business by the brass ring. It is my time. Nobody can deny CM Punk. Oh, some people will beg to differ. Oh man, imagine if they gave CM Punk the belt here. What that would have did. Actually, I don't know what that would have did. I low key, I'm kind of happy they kept like teasing him being world champion because it put a chip on his shoulder, which I believe made him better. We'll eventually get to see it. I believe CM Punk really could have revolutionized the business, but we'll get to that at a later time. CM Punk 2006. If you haven't, please go try to find CM Punk versus Samoa Joe, ROH. I believe, I want to say Daily Motion. But they're not sponsoring this, so just go to Google, YouTube, if it's there. Search CM Punk versus Samoa Joe. Some of the best matches you'll ever see. If not, go try to find an ROH DVD on like eBay or something. But yeah, who else is in this match? We got Big Show, CM Punk. They're the first two, right? Yeah. Wow, Test. Wow, Test is in this match. Wow, Test just looking like a bunch of wellness. Oh man, God rest his soul. Man, he just man. Test never made it past like November 1999. Like he had the world in his hands until there was a guy by the name of Triple H. Triple H came along and just ruined everything. Like imagine an alternative universe, a parallel universe where Triple H doesn't marry Steph, he marries Steph. Maybe he gets close with Steph. Triple H and Steph never get together. He becomes he gets married to Steph, becomes the COO of WWE. Imagine if that, imagine if that happened. All because Triple H had an angle with Steph, and Triple H and Steph got close and wound up becoming a couple and getting married and having kids and now taking over WWE and everything. Imagine if that angle just never happened. Oh man. Nah, but Triple H still would have found a way. Triple H still would have found a way to. He would have married. I don't know. He would have married somebody. I don't know. He would have married the janitor or something that's somebody related to Vince McMahon somehow. Um, Test man, I forgot all about Test. We're waiting. We're waiting. Who's this? Oh yeah, Bob. We have a young Bobby Lashley. I believe he's only been in the company roughly. Why is Big Show so mad? I guess they had a feud. I guess I don't know. I wasn't really watching ECW like I was on and off. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was on and off at ECW at this time. Even though I don't know, it was weird. I hated Big Show as a champion, but I kept hoping that somebody was going to take the title off him. So I just kept watching. So I tried. I was hoping RVD was going to get it back. Sabu was going to beat him. Ric Flair was going to beat him. Lashley was going to beat him, and they never did. They never did. Lashley was definitely a hand-picked Vince guy from the reports. Definitely was a Vince guy, and actually I like Lashley during this time. I didn't have no problem with Lashley. I probably couldn't tell you what he sounded like because he never talked, and there's a good reason why he never talked. His body and his voice don't match. Yeah, but I didn't mind Bobby Lashley. It was kind of like a pseudo Goldberg almost. Like he didn't really need to talk. He let his matches and his brutality and his physicality do the talking for him. So he didn't really need to talk. It would have been. I think if he would have had a manager, it would have been. I think he would have went farther. Like imagine if he would have had MVP now, or like had like a Elijah Burke. Elijah Burke, for those who don't know, was a very good talent. I believe he was also in ECW at this time, part of the new breed in ECW. Yeah, there was something called a new breed and an old breed. The new breed was all kind of like the hand-picked guy that was supposed to hand-picked guys that was supposed to take over ECW to the new millennium. I believe that was Matt Striker. Who was it? Matt Striker, Elijah Burke, Kevin Thorne. I'm sure I'm missing a jabroni here and there. And then you had the old breed, Sabu, RVD, Tommy Dreamer, RVD, Sabu, Tommy Sandman. But yeah, there was this whole thing. I believe it started around this time. New Breed was also was it yeah, I believe New Breed was also CM Punk, even though he had the I guess the DNA of an old ECW guy, but because he was new, and here comes RVD. He had the remnant. Is the word remnants? Revenant? Or I don't know. He had the style and the look and the feel of an old ECW guy, but I believe Punk joined the New Breed, and I believe they made that a storyline. Like, will CM Punk join the New Breed? This is all off memory. I have not gone back and watching this ECW, and why would I? So, we're talking about a memory from like 13 years ago. I'm trying to remember right now. RVD, damn, RVD had the world. He want to talk about Bray Wyatt, had the whole world in his hand. Imagine if RVD just didn't get caught, where would ECW have been? Because they wouldn't put the title on Big Show. So imagine a parallel universe once again. If RVD doesn't, him and Sabu doesn't get caught. Oh, in case you didn't know, Sabu and RVD, while RVD was WWE champion and ECW champion at the same goddamn time. Oh, did I mention Hardcore Holly was in this match? Yeah, I didn't. There's a reason for that. Yeah. So no disrespect to Hardcore Holly, to all the Hardcore Holly fans. I'm sure there's a. Has anybody ever go to an event like I paid my money to see Hardcore Holly? He's a great guy. Hardcore Holly was great when he had Crash with him. Like I would pay money to see him and Crash Holly. God rest his soul. They were a great tandem, but like by himself, Hardcore Holly was He was kind of like if he's kind of like JBL. Like they just hate young guy, new guy. Just hate him. Like they just can't stand new up and coming guys. They ain't pay your dues. But as RVD and Hardcore Holly start this match off, you're gonna wait five. You gotta wait 5 minutes for the next person to come in. That can't be right. Okay. By the way, this is an Extreme Rules Elimination Chamber match for the ECW World Championship. Hardcore Holly, RVD, CM Punk, Big Show, Test, and Bobby Lashley. But what was I talking about? Hardcore Holly. Before that, Hardcore Holly. What about Hardcore Holly? Oh, nice move by RVD Oh, off the top. RVD went from the top rope onto the Elimination Chamber and crashed onto the top rope. Oh, that's what I was talking about. RVD. Imagine, like, what would have happened in '06 if RVD didn't get busted? And, like, what would they have done? Because he held both the ECW title and WWE title after one night stand. What would they have done? Like, I really don't know. I never found out. I don't know if, like, what was the plans after that. I have no idea, but I don't know. Imagine, did we ever get RVD versus CM Punk during this? I don't believe we did. That would have been crazy. RVD versus CM Punk. Um, yeah. Oh well. I guess we'll never know. I could try to make a storyline. I don't know if I care. I don't know if the people care. If you want me to try to do that story, RVD never loses the world title and ECW title. Maybe I can make something out of that. But y'all got to let me know in a comment if you want to see that. Um, but we still got what? How many? And here we go. The Rolling Thunder onto the outside. Damn, RVD was good. That boy good. That boy good. RVD. I believe RVD is still in. I want to say he's still in TNA, and now he has a pseudo like pimp gimmick. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't watched I haven't watched TNA since AJ Styles left, so I couldn't really tell you what's going on around there. But I believe he has a nice little valet there. But yeah, I believe RVD won. Oh my gosh. Bob Holly suplexes RVD from the outside onto the inside, and man, that was nasty. Is it really 5 minute intervals? Like that seems like a long time. Um, I thought it was more like 3 minutes. Oh, that hurt. RVD. I truly believe if Paul Heyman was able to, if Paul Heyman did what he wanted to do with ECW in this time, ECW might still be around. What's crazy is ECW would probably want to be what NXT is right now. If he was able to do what he wanted to do, but he didn't own it no more, so what can you do? Number three, 3, 2, 1. Who will be the third guy entering into this match? I have no idea. Let's see. Who is this? Is that Punk? Oh, shucky ducky, quack quack. Oh, shucky. And you got CM Punk with it. Oh, was it CM Punk? Was it CM Punk versus Hardcore Holly? No, I believe it was RVD versus Hardcore Holly in a match in ECW where like Hardcore Holly like split his back open, like legit. That was crazy. I just now had that flashback. Oh my gosh! And RVD almost killed CM Punk with a chair. Oh, back when you could actually do chair shots to the head. Even though we're glad they don't do that no more for the safety of these guys, but you still miss seeing that. Man, did we ever get CM Punk versus RVD? I gotta search for that. I gotta search for that. After this to see if we did. Oh, legit. Only 3 seconds in, I'm already liking RVD versus CM Punk more than Hardcore Holly versus RVD right now. Oh my gosh. I wish I knew how to do play by play. This is too awesome to try to really play by play. CM Punk, like, listen. Can you hear? I don't know. Oh, they were chanting CM Punk, I believe, but then he stopped. CM Punk, man. I wish he woulda. There's so many parallel universes. Imagine if CM Punk never left WWE. What would happen? Would Daniel Bryan still would have won the world title? So many questions. So little time. CM Punk. I can't imagine a scenario of CM Punk ever coming back outside of being guaranteed. Oh, and RD my legit got busted open. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, I can't do Joey Styles justice. So I'm not even gonna try. There's so much things going on right now. I can't even call it right now. So there was a chair that was stuck in the turnbuckle. CM Punk threw RVD headfirst into the chair that busted him open. Then CM Punk wound up jumping onto Hardcore Holly, which he caught him, and then basically threw him into the chain of the Elimination Champion. So many things going on right now. Yeah, this is ECW. Now this is ECW. But the fans are like completely deflated. They just are dead. But this is like one of the worst pay per views of all time. So I can't really blame them. But this is some great action right here. But yeah, I can't really see a scenario where CM Punk comes back outside of being guaranteed the main event of WrestleMania, kind of like how they did Batista when he came back, and the reason why he left. So, but guaranteeing CM Punk the main event of WrestleMania. Like I can't see him ever coming back because he really did everything I believe he wanted to do. He done everything he wanted to do outside of that. So I believe that's the only scenario he would come back. And then also there had to be a crowd. He's not going to come back for a for a bubble WrestleMania. Like that ain't gonna happen. So but yeah, what's crazy is CM Punk by leaving has made himself more of a more valuable. So now, if he came back, he probably could do that if he wanted to. Could be like, I have to make it at WrestleMania, and that's the only way I'm coming back. Man, look at it. I mean, Edge came back, Batista came back, Brock can do what the hell he want. Like a lot of part timers, Rock came back. A lot of part timers came back. Oh, superplex by Hardcore Holly to CM Punk. A lot of part timers, Goldberg came back. A lot of people, old timers, part timers could come back and be in the world title picture and can main event. So, but I can't see a Punk. I still believe outside of maybe Bryan, CM Punk will be the biggest star on the roster right now. No disrespect to Roman, heel Roman, which is awesome. Drew, Seth, any of those guys, but I believe CM Punk will be the biggest star right now outside of like a Daniel Bryan. They need to really push Keith Lee and Big E. By the way, here we go. Who will be next to join the match? As we see a light show. Here we go. Who is this? Test with a crowbar. We got Test with a crowbar entering into the match. Once again, this is a Extreme Rules match. And oh my gosh, he's about to take the eye out of RVD. That is crazy. Test. What would be the highlight of Test? What would be like the best of Test? Like if I'm trying to think like what would be the best of Test? I really don't know. Like probably the merit because he was attached to Stephanie, which made him low key like a main eventer for a hot cup of coffee. So I'll probably say the marriage to Steph before Triple H came. Um, Outside of that, He never even sniffed the main event. Outside of some ECW World Title matches, which were never the main event. Outside of like the ECW show itself. Oh, and RVD just said, "I'm just going to start killing people with chairs." Man, the crowd just is dead. Wow. Oh, classic chair. I don't even know was it concerto? Classic chair move from RVD. Not a concerto. That's different. You know the move I'm talking about, where he uses the chair and frogs, 5-star frog splash to CM Punk. I believe this is when they start really losing the crowd. They were about to start getting into it, and then 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you got some boos here. And this is RVD. But then you got some claps and some cheers. So I don't know really know. But RVD, if they one, two. What's going on? What was that? What? Wait a minute. So what the hell was that? Oh, so Tez big booted Hardcore Holly, but I guess he didn't kick out. I guess he was eliminated. Oh no, that was weird. Did RVD from the top rope did his kick on the Test, and now it's about to do is on the top of the pod above Big Show. Was going to do the frog splash, but I think he's about to get eliminated right here. But it's going to turn the whole crowd right now. RVD and CM Punk were legit the only people cared about in this match. And now he gets thrown off the top of the pod. Oh yeah, this is where the match turns. I remember this. Now Tess is on the top of the pod. I believe he's going to do an elbow. With the chair on the head of RVD. And this is where ECW basically is dead. It is over after this. Hold on. 1, 2, 3. And now So now legit nobody has anybody to root for outside of Bobby, which Bobby, which Bobby Lashley was just coming into his own, but still, like I said, he didn't have no mic skills, so he couldn't really connect to the crowd. So it's kind of like, I guess we're behind Bobby. I don't know. The cheering bullshit, I think. I don't know. But yeah. So why would you get rid of Punk and RVD? Like, at least have one of the two. Well, I guess they had to do that because they had to get people behind Bobby to get rid of Test and Big Show, but I don't know. I want to say, well, I have to be Lashley, right? No way they're gonna have a heel versus heel because they're not like Test and Big Show gonna go after it. So they're probably gonna have Lashley be the next one in. Like I said, I really like Lashley. I didn't have a problem with Lashley. I still remember that John Cena match at Great American Bash. He looked like a star there, even in a losing effort. It was the first time he looked like a legit star. I might have to watch that match. Bobby Lashley versus John Cena, Great American Bash. It was a great freaking match. I believe it has to be Lashley, right? It's Lashley, right? It's like okay. I'm about to say, no way that was going to be Big Show. So there's three people left. Lashley is like stuck in his pod now, but it's Test, Big Show, and Lashley. Lashley is stuck. Oh, I forgot they had a security thing. Oh yeah, Paul Heyman had like this security thing, security team. Now Lashley's stuck in the pod. I mean, I don't know what sense this makes because The match can't end without him being in the match. So, well, those some weak chains. Is he going to climb out of this? I legit do not remember any of this match. So Lashley, oh, that's kind of baller. I ain't going to hold you. So Lashley climbs out the pod using the table that was already in the pod. Oh, that's dope. That's actually fire. That's actually good right there. And now he kicks Tess in the face as Tess was climbing the turnbuckle. Oh, that's really dope. And now, oh man, Lashley's so athletic. That's why I liked him. Man, I'm so mad that we still haven't seen. We're probably and Lashley puts Tess through the pod. I believe are people. I can't get a gauge for the crowd because I can't listen and do. Oh, Lashley is whooping that ass on Tess right now, waiting for Big Show to come out the pod. Use the table. I believe it's to use the table. Yeah, I can't really gauge the crowd whether they're liking this, not liking this. I don't know. Once again, the crowd was dead, so I can't really tell how they feel. I'm not seeing them move, nothing. But yeah, Lashley, man, I really want to see Lashley versus Brock. Like, I really want to see that, and we're probably never going to see it. Like, man, I really want to see Lashley versus Brock. Like today's Lashley versus Brock. I would just like be curious to see how that match would end. I wonder who legit won't, because Lashley had some MMA run. I believe he was he undefeated? I want to say he was undefeated in MMA. Like I wonder who would really win that in a legit MMA match, and see how they do in a wrestling match. Like do both. Like do both. By the way, speaking of Brock, I don't know is Brock coming back? I don't know if he's going to come back. I'm not going to miss him. I ain't going to lie to you. Like Brock legit was in a world title match for like 6 straight years. Outside of like Dean Ambrose, he was in the match from 31 to 36 with only a year and a spear from Lashley to Tess. And Tess is eliminated. There's only one. Bound down to the king. Okay, this is stupid. So you're going to have a whole minute to where there's no action? So we just got to wait for a whole minute? Like, what is that? Bound down to the king. I like that Paul Heyman is basically hyping up how good Lashley is. That's dope. Even though Big Show is 3 times his size, but they still build up Lashley. Paul Heyman's hyping him up right now. Like, this is a bad motherfucker you're dealing with right now. You got to be ready. Oh. What is Lashley doing right now? It's like, just wait 24 seconds, man. I do not remember any of this. Probably because I only watched this maybe twice in my life. For twice in my life, I have someone to lead me. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. I believe Lashley and Big Show had a one-on-one match on ECW right after this, and then after that, Big Show was gone. So I don't remember how the chemistry is, how good their match was. Do I plan on watching that match? Absolutely not. So we got Big Show with a barbed wire bat, or how what Mick Foley would say is Barbie. Lashley with a chair, and he is losing that fight right now. Oh, yeah, get out of there. Get out of there. Oh, Big Show just swinging that barbed wire bat right now. You need to get out of there, Lashley. And Lashley, oh, nice chair shot to the stomach by Lashley, the Big Show. Oh, I'll give you one thing. This Lashley looks legit. Like he looks legit. No matter what you say about him, dude looks legit. And they are half cheering, half booing. Like it's weird to gauge this crowd. They're like half booing, half cheering. Oh, and Lashley puts Big Show through the pot. Yeah, they're like half cheering, half booing. So Lashley whooping that ass. Lashley looking like a brick house. No, hang out. Here I brick house. You know, I remind you, Big Show is legit 7 feet, probably 7'2", probably 550 right here. And Lashley is just going to work on him right now. And that's the end of that. Big Show just tosses as he's bleeding his own blood. He's buzzed open, face a crimson mask. Big Show. I can't believe they really made Big Show the world champion in ECW. Like, you couldn't find no other person. No disrespect to Big Show, but he wasn't in the best of shape here. Like, you legit could have found anybody else. Oh, nice counter. Big Show going for the chokeslam, but Bobby Lashley reverses into a DDT. And Paul Heyman's looking with a gasp. I can't tell what they're screaming right now. Oh. I ain't gonna lie to you. There's some good action right here. This match is 10 times better than what I remember it being. I don't know. Maybe I had in my mind that it was awful. Oh. And Big Show catches Lashley. Look like he about to go for a power slam. And Lashley gets out of there. And now he's about to go for a spear. 1, 2, 3. Wow. That was quick. I thought he was going to at least get another maneuver. What a maneuver. Well, I thought we had at least another 5 minutes, but I guess not. I thought we legit had another 5 minutes. I was about to go into how good this match was looking, and then they ended right there. So, this match is a lot better, and this is the image I remember. Is just Paul Heyman palming his face right there, as you see his last days. I got some bad news. His last moments of ECW, well, he's not the owner here, but the last days of ECW. Wow, they really had Lashley beat Big Show with just a spear. I thought for sure he's going to have another move there. That was kind of anticlimactic, low key. I ain't gonna hold you. But and anything, I'm not complaining because I just wanted the title off of Big Show, so I'm happy. Well, I was happy here. But this match is better than what I remember it being. Probably because the pay-per-view was trash. And of course, Punk. A lot of people wanted Punk to win the title, RVD win the title back. But I wasn't that mad at Lashley. In hindsight, I still think Punk definitely should have won it here. He was ready way more than Lashley. You take off, and we're about to close out the show. Lashley just had a better look, but Punk definitely was a Better promo, better wrestler, better everything. So, but that is December to Dismember. He's CW. The first pay per view ECW had on its own outside of One Night Stand, and yeah, that match was better than what I thought. Bobby Lashley wins the ECW World Championship. Rely, pal. This is Hayes Arcade. Peace.